What's going on, everyone? So Austin Reaves, very interesting season going into for Austin Reaves and Los Angeles Lakers, right? He's going into a contract year. He could get as much as like 41, 42 million. We don't know the exact price yet because we don't know exactly what the cap and all the aprons and everything will be next offseason, but it's roughly projected to be about 41 to 42 million is what Austin Reaves would start at. There was recent reports that Austin Reaves doesn't really care so much about the money. He wants to stay a Laker. Now, that doesn't mean that, like, don't expect him to be like, okay, well, I'll just take 15 million. It just means that, like, money isn't going to be the sole thing, right? Like, if he has to take, 37 million in order to stick around with the Lakers, he'll do that just to stay with the Lakers. But he's not going to be like, okay, well, I'll just take 20 million. It's not going to be anything crazy like that. But teams are going to be in the woodworks. Teams are going to want Austin Reaves, especially the way he's playing right now, right? Talk about a guy that, again, so far showed that him as a number one option can give you MVP level numbers. Now, it's different. It's one thing to do it over the course of a handful of games. It's another thing to do it for 82 games and you're the guy. Teams are scheming for you and all that stuff, right? Like, just very different. But he showed that he could be that guy. A lot of teams could really use Austin Reaves, and a lot of teams I think will make a play and a push for Austin Reaves next season. He isn't a restricted, he's unrestricted free agent, so he could just leave if he wants to. If the team, if the Lakers play around and play with the money and stuff like that, he could just be like, all right, I'm out, and then just go to a team. But one team, based on reports, that is expected to pursue Austin Reaves and potentially heavily pursue Austin Reaves is being rumored right now is the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn makes sense. They're going to be one of the teams that have a lot of money to spend. I mean, they could bring in an Austin Reaves and then some. I don't think Austin Reaves would leave the Lakers to go to Brooklyn. I don't think that the Lakers really, I do think Austin Reaves would take a discount to stay with the Lakers, right? I don't think it's going to be something where he takes 15, 20 million discount. Like, if he can get 42, he's like, I'll just take 20. But if say Brooklyn's offering him 42, would he take 35? That $7 million difference could be the difference between you getting another guy or not, or multiple guys. That could be the difference between you being an apron team or not. That could be the difference. That could be a lot. I mean, that could do a lot, right? That could be the difference between you being able to use some of your exceptions or not, right? So even if he's willing to take 7 to 10 million, that could be huge for this Lakers team, not just for next season, but even beyond, because every year the salary cap is going to keep increasing. And now that 7 million discount each year is just getting better and better and better and better. But we'll kind of see what that ends up doing. But the reason I even wanted to talk about this, because we are so far removed from that, is the more Austin Reaves continues to play to this level, the more that teams are going to be enticed. And the more pressure there will be on the Lakers because, again, you don't want to toy and mess around. I still think a lot of this will be predicated on Austin Reaves' playoff performance. Right? I think Austin Reaves, depending on how he performs in the playoffs, is the difference between him getting 25 million or 42 million, right? If he just lays another dud, our team's going to be aligned. I think that'll scare a few teams away. But there are still teams like a Brooklyn or something like that might go, you know what? Let's just sign him. Hey, maybe it's a Laker thing, right? Hey, who cares? Let's just at least, we're not even in the conversation for the playoffs. If Austin Reaves can at least get us to the playoffs, then, there's going to be teams that are still going to look at it that way. So Lakers, it's a tough spot for the Lakers to be in because you have to know for certain Austin Reaves wants to be a Laker. Now, all the signs have said it. There's been a bunch of reporting and stuff about it. Like I said, the new ESPN and Dave McMahon report, all of that. A lot pointing to Austin Reaves wanting to be a Laker. He forgoed being drafted just so he could sign with the Lakers. He's wanted to be a Laker. He's always wanted to be a Laker. And another thing that I think is important to mention is that Austin Reaves isn't your normal, young, flashy kid, right? He is very much a small town guy. He don't really spend money. He's not out there partying. He's not out there with, you're not catching him with baddies every weekend. Like you're not catching any of that. Right? Like he says himself, like I just hoop and golf. Like that's it. Right? Like, they've even asked him questions like, what do you do with all your money? He's just like, it just sits in my account. Right? Like because as long as I can golf, it gives me the freedom to golf and, play basketball. So that is very big. Right? And what a better place than LA to be able to golf and do all that stuff, the weather, all that stuff. So, I do think Lakers have a big edge over a lot of teams, but again, Lakers need to make sure that he's willing to stick around too. Does he have the taste of being the guy? Is there a part of him that has that curiosity? And it's like, man, what would it be like? What would it be like if I was the guy? Right? Like, could I lead a team to the championship or the playoffs or whatever? You start to get those conversations because you're going to have teams and agents and all kinds. You're going to have all kinds of stuff in his ear, in his head going like, hey, dude, go to Brooklyn, be your team, make $42 million a year. Dude, we can go. We'll even pay and get you a golf course. Where do you want to go? We'll pay to go have you travel and golf wherever you want. Right? Like you're going to have all kinds of crazy. You want to go to LA every weekend and golf? Go ahead. Right? Like, so you're gonna have a lot of like just chirping in his ear. So if you're the Lakers, you need to make sure, because the problem is you can't really trade him right now. You're just not, like, he's playing too good and his contract is too low. It's nearly impossible for you to get the value necessary to get him. But the problem is if you get into the off season, yes, if he doesn't like if he does want to leave you need to pray that he doesn't want to leave, that he's okay leaving to a bad team. Because like a team like the Brooklyn Nets, why do I need to sign and trade him? I could just sign him, right? But if he's like, I don't want to go to a bad team. I want to go to a team where I can compete and win a championship, right? Like trade me to Minnesota or something like that, right? Like now you have to pull off the sign and trade. So now you're getting like a Jaden McDaniels or whatever else, right? Like, so to me, that's what you need to hope for. Again, I don't think it's panic mode or anything like that. That's not what this video is about. It's just, I just wanted to talk about this because it highlights kind of the situation the Lakers are in, right? And if Austin Reaves continues to play to the level that he's playing, it's going to continue to highlight that just more and more and more as we progress into the season. So if you're the Lakers, you need to make sure, right? And, I'm sure the Lakers have an idea. I'm sure Reaves has an idea. I'm sure both parties kind of have an idea of what they want, what they're looking for, how much they want, how much they're looking for. Right? I'm sure that they've had those conversations and whatnot. But, again, it's a long season. A lot of things change. Something crazy ends up happening in the offseason, or, now Giannis or Jokic become available. It's like now you're signing and trading Austin Reaves. But what if Austin Reaves doesn't want to go to one of those places? So now it's like, okay, well, now what do you do? Like, so again, there's just a lot can happen. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos. Truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.